Let's begin our drawing. We're going to start with a ruler, looking at the 2 or the 3-inch mark. If you want to do 2 by 2, you can, or 3 by 3. I'm going to be doing 3 by 3. I'm looking at half of my page and then half of that. My page is about 11 inches wide. Half of that is about 5.5. And half of that is 2.5. That's where I will start my drawing. I move my ruler over. To the 3-inch mark and draw a line. I turn my paper and I'm going to make a mark at the 3-inch center of the line. Then I go to the end of the line and make another 3-inch mark. And I go to the top of the line and make another 3-inch mark. Then I draw a line 3 inches wide underneath the first line. Then I join both sides. They should be 3 inches each. Now, at the center of one of my lines, the outer line, which is 1.5, I make a mark. And then I go 3 inches. I go 1.5 inch in to the center of the square. And then I draw a line from 3 inches. So I'm going to make another box that's 3 inches by 3 inches. I make the markings first. And then I draw the line across for 3 inches. And then I complete the square. 3 inches by 3 inches. Now I'm going to connect all the corners. Lining the corners up and connecting them. I made a mistake there. And I connect the next 2 corners on the top. This will be the top of the box. Then I go down and connect the bottom 2 and the inner 2. Now, your box can change. If you look in the center, the box changes and the opening changes. But we're going to focus on the top part and the bottom part. So we're going to erase some lines. make sure you're looking at the box where the top part has a square. The front part towards you has a square. And there's a left side that has a square. The front should be square. So we're erasing the extra lines. Square. The top part has a square, so we're going to erase the extra line that's there. There's only one extra line. So we will now have a box that we're going to shade in. We're going to start with the front of the box because the light source is coming in on the top of the box. That's the light source on the top. So on the bottom is going to be the shadow, the darkest part. And the darkest part is in front of you, the square that's in front of you. So we're going to start shading that in. We're going to go diagonally. Then we're going to cross it. We're going to do cross hatching as we did with the circle to fill in the white spaces. And I think I'm going to speed this up a little bit. Now I'm going to turn my paper around and cross hatch in the opposite direction. And again, I'm going to speed this up, but of course you will take your time. And I'm going to turn my paper again and continue to cross hatch in a different direction. Remember, we're filling in white space, and this is the darkest segment on your drawing of the box. It's where the shadow area is. Of course, you will take your time, but I'm going to speed this section up also. And now we're ready to shade in the left side of the box. Remember, the top of the box is where the light source is. So the left side of the box is going to be slightly darker than the darkest part of the box. So you're going to shade this in probably 2 times, cross hatching it one way and then the other way. And again, I'm going to speed this up, but I would like you to take your time. Taking light strokes and turning your paper around again so that you can cross hatch the light strokes that you just did. Again, I'm going to speed this one up as well, but you will take your time. Now we're going to focus on the top part of the box. Again, this is the light source, so it will be the lightest part of the box. We're going to use left to right, back and forth strokes lightly with our pencil, and we're only going to layer it once. Again, I'm going to speed this up, but you will take your time. Now we're going to focus on erasing the sharp edge line and filling that in with the soft strokes of the pencil. We're also going to erase any excess markings around our paper, as well as the lines that are around our box. And once we erase, we're going to fill it in lightly with our pencil. And now we're ready to put shadow underneath the box so that the box is not floating in the air. We're going to make these lines darker than even the shaded box. We're going to have jagged edge to the lines, and we will go over them several times to fill in the white space. Congratulations, I'm sure you did well. You've completed the square to 3D box shape.